All right, so this next segment, we're going to talk about properly hemping your joints so that they are able to be easily tuned. You want to make sure that there's enough hemp on them to make them airtight, but you don't want so much hemp on there that the person that's trying to tune your pipes is really struggling to move your joints to get it tuned. You want to find that fine balance in there. So we're going to start off with just looking at basic hemping.
Now these are Scott's pipes, and he keeps them in really good order, but this hemp's getting a little old, so we figured it's a good time to maintain it. So we're gonna remove this hemp and do a new wrap on there. So as far as checking your tightness, you're just gonna wanna make sure that these can be adjusted with 2 or 3 fingers up and down. It shouldn't take a whole hand. You shouldn't need to put 2 hands on it. Just a real simple up and down like I can do here. You see he's got well-maintained pipes.
Okay, so for hemping your joints, we're going to start off with getting all of the old hemp off. If you're lucky enough to catch a thread of what you've done prior, use as much of that as you can, but you're going to get to a point where now you can't find that loose thread, so you take a knife, being careful not to cut yourself or too deep. You'll cut through so that you can get some free threads and just start unwinding. It makes quite a bit of a mess, a little sticky, but you want to get all of the old hemp off before you put new hemp on. Okay, once you get all of the hemp removed, you'll have something that looks like this, or possibly it's going to be all one color like this. But to re-hemp, take your roll of hemp, and what I do is I start laying it out lengthwise across your joint, and then start at the top and just work your way down. It's going to take quite a bit of hemp to get these thick enough to make a airtight joint in your pipes. And it's going to look a little rough because you're not able to get it. It's not a machine that you're rolling this at a precise rate and getting in every little groove. So as you're going back and forth, you're going to hit the low spots, fill it in, make it as level as you can. And after you get a good amount on there, we'll go a little more here. Periodically, as you go along, you're going to basically stop wrapping. And the way I do that is I'll put a little clove or a half hitch on there to make it tight, break it off, and then I'll take it to a table and I'll roll it, and it makes it really flat and smooth. And then I'll start again on top of that, going lengthwise across, starting at the top, and again wrapping all the way down. And you'll repeat that process until you get it so that it fits snugly enough in your pipes to make an airtight joint, but they are able to do what Brian was talking about before, moving it just up or down with 2 to 3 fingers. And that can be for these joints or for your chanter, your blowpipe. It all works the same. Break it off, go to the table, give this a roll, make it really smooth and flat, and repeat the process.
One tip that I can give for wrapping your joints is if you get some of this stuff, it's called basting tape, and it's actually for sewing. You can get it at like Joann Fabrics, or you can get it on Amazon. That's where I get it. And it's just a really thin tape that you can lay down right on top of the joint. Maybe those scissors there. Cut it, and then when you pull the backing away off the top side, it leaves an extremely thin, almost invisible adhesive surface so that when you start to pull tension on the hemp, it doesn't spin and unwrap on you, it kind of stays in place.